Hello, everyone, and welcome to ROKStudios. I'm Stan Miller. I'm PR and Analyst Relations Manager for Rockwell Automation in the EMEA region. And I'm joined today by César Delgado. He is Cybersecurity Business Development Lead for Rockwell. César, welcome to the studio.
Thank you, Stan. I'm really proud to be here today with you. It's a great opportunity to communicate to the audience how OT cybersecurity is carried out in a professional way. And I think I'm going to enjoy it a lot, this interview with you, Stan.
This is a great topic. We're here to talk about how to secure your OT network from the inside out. Such an important topic. My first question for you: how should manufacturers approach OT security differently from IT?
Well, Stan, I think you probably know a book that is called Men's Are from Mars and Women Are for Venus. So this is a very similar story. We are talking about different animals with very significant differences. For example, the way you approach OT cybersecurity is different because you have some very important topics that you have to care about. For example, let's say OT cybersecurity has the focus on reliability and safety. This is not the case with IT cybersecurity. They are talking or taking care more about confidentiality and integrity of the information. But in OT cybersecurity, sometimes we are playing with human life, we are playing with cyber physical systems, and any kind of problem with these industrial control systems, for example, has a direct impact in the physical world. So we have to take care of this because this is really important and critical for in some occasions. We have also legacy systems in OT. This is not the case in IT, where we have to use, or we used to have very new systems, very updated systems. In OT, these legacy systems are old. They are in production for 20, 25, even 30 years. They have very low capacity, very low level of resources. You cannot update them. You cannot install patches on them. So this is a situation that is totally different in OT and in IT. You have also compliance obligations. You have to fulfill some rules imposed by the regulators, and you have to take care of these rules. And well, we have also, for example, awareness and training necessities that are totally different to IT. The people in IT, all the technical teams in IT, are used to work with cybersecurity, but the OT staff is not so used as in IT. So these are, in my opinion, the main differences to take care about when you are talking or you try to understand the difference between IT and OT.
Those are some major differences. I mean, we talk about digital transformation, the worlds of IT and OT converging, so certainly cybersecurity being a huge piece of that. From your perspective, what are the first steps to take in securing an OT network?
Well, definitely for me, there are two main steps to start with cybersecurity in OT. The first one is to have visibility, to have a good asset inventory, to understand what we have on the field, in our plants, in the shop floor, because this is going to give us a good perspective of which is our situation, which elements we have to protect, and then it's going to be the baseline for the next step, in my opinion, that is to make a good risk analysis, to understand from a risk perspective where we are, which are the critical components of my processes, and start to define an action plan to protect my environment. And this action plan has to be also based on the risk, on a risk approach. We have seen in the world, in the reality, many companies that are focusing their cybersecurity plans on maturity approaches. It means that they are starting to deploy many cybersecurity countermeasures, controls, etc., just to increase the maturity of the company. But they are not following a risk-based approach. They are investing a lot of money, but they don't have a real perspective of what the risk is, because they have not run this analysis of the risk of the company. It's important to start doing this risk analysis, this risk evaluation, to understand which are my main priorities and invest the money of my budget in those elements, in those components that have a higher level of risk for my process and my business operations.
Cesar, it sounds like, if I'm understanding correctly, that not many, or maybe not all manufacturers have great visibility over their assets. So, with that in mind, I mean, once visibility has been established, how should manufacturers use that information to secure their OT operations?
Well, as I say, visibility is a baseline over you have to build your cybersecurity practice. Visibility is going to enable you to perform this risk analysis and understand which are your priorities again. And visibility is going to enable you to do compliance. You are going to understanding which element you have in your plan. You are going to also to understand which regulations, which rules you have to be compliant with. You have to guarantee the operational efficiency of your business, and obviously you have to understand which components you have to maintain. You have to have visibility to monitor the health of these systems, to have metrics, and also you have to measure the life cycle of these elements to detect possible maintenance issues with the vendors. And well, basically, also when we are talking about visibility, it would also enable us, to deploy the right controls again based on the risk approach of the cybersecurity plan.
Cesar, I think you've given our audience a lot to think about when it comes to how they should be securing their OT networks and making cybersecurity considerations. Thank you so much for sharing your expertise on such an important topic. And thank you for joining us in the studio today.
Thank you, Stan. It was really a pleasure for me to have this conversation with you, and I expect the audience can take the most of it.
Absolutely. And thank you for watching. If you'd like to learn more about industrial cybersecurity solutions, visit rockwellautomation.com.